Hey guys, it's Finn17 back in the video, and today I'm going to be talking about the potential changes in Madden 26 based on the statement made earlier. Before we do start, make sure you like on the video, join my Discord server, link will be in the description, and let's try to get 100 likes on this video. That would be awesome. And the post notification shout out, because I said these people on the screen right there, thank you for having your post notifications on. If you guys don't have a post notification shout out, make sure to be subscribed, have notifications on, be the first people to comment on my videos. Let's get straight into this, guys. So I'm going to put it on the screen right there. In case you guys did not watch my earlier video, apparently we're going to have substantial changes in Madden 26. Now I'm going to be talking about what to expect, and for you guys not to get too excited or anything like that based on what we know. So number one, the main thing that they always do when they talk about substantial changes is some huge, quote unquote huge, like visual update to the game. Like, if you guys watch a video of mine from Madden 23 where I'm just kind of clicking around and seeing the game, it is much different than this, obviously, because the graphics and the visuals get upgraded every single year. And I will say they have done a good job. A lot of it, maybe it's not necessary. Like, look at the play now button, it's like flashing. I wouldn't say that this was the case a few years ago, but now it is, and obviously that's because of visual updates. Last year, it was stated that Madden 25 would be different from what we've, gotten, from, 24 at that point. And the only real changes were the new game mode, and, we had playbooks instead of coaches. And I get that those are changes, but the core of the game was basically the same. You added season team training to replace leveling or anything like that, which we had before. You could just level cards up to increase their overall. Instead, it's just team training for a position group. And, it's not a bad change, but there's nothing major, getting changed. I wouldn't constitute it as huge changes or game-breaking changes or anything like that. And as to gameplay, the number one thing, I feel like it stayed the same since, I will say, probably Overdrive, if we're getting really specific, maybe like 23, when they slightly upgraded everything. But honestly, the gameplay hasn't changed at all. It's just been kind of visual updates and everything like that. And again, just useless updates like packs opening by themselves. Like if I go to the store and open a pro pack, or let me just go right here, open a pro pack. Now, if I just click on it, obviously, I'm not doing anything to the card, it opens itself. And honestly, that's one of the most ridiculous things. Why would you want your pack to open itself? The whole point you're opening the pack is so you can open the pack. That was the biggest thing, honestly, that frustrated me about seeing the new game. I know it's petty and everything like that, but that doesn't constitute as a huge change in my opinion. What you guys should expect, obviously the number one change that was noted was the multiple position card, which is really cool. Don't get me wrong, that is very cool, but I don't see that as a game breaking. I love the idea of cards being able to be put in multiple positions, and that's usually what they did with out of position cards, to allow you to do that. But I don't see that as a huge change, and Evo is the number one thing that was mentioned for next year. I haven't heard a single thing about that. Everyone else has been talking about it. It was mentioned in March, and we have yet to kind of see what that would look like, or even how that would work with the new game. If I go to my team right here and I choose Calvin Johnson, will I be able to make this guy a 300 overall using coins and TP? That makes zero sense based on team training allowing me to upgrade the card to begin with, unless they're bringing back leveling of something. I have no clue how that's going to work, and I know in the past it worked differently because we had a different game format. That is the other thing. And yeah, I mean, people want upgrades to updates to tackling and all that stuff, and the animations being better. I honestly don't see that being fixed. If it hasn't been fixed by now, I don't think it's going to be. So I don't really know how the gameplay changes are going to occur. Of course, you guys probably know a lot more about the actual gameplay than I do, so you can tell me if I'm wrong in the comments or the gameplay being different. But besides that, I mean, that's pretty much it. For that, that's all I can really think of in terms of potential changes. If they add another game mode, versus was added this year. And to the credit, it is something else to do. I kind of did miss Overdrive in that regard, because it was just something else to do in the game. If I'm, live streaming and I kind of get sick of Arena, I could have played you guys in Overdrive in the past, but now, obviously, since they removed it in 22 and now added this in 25, it's something else to do, and they do make it interactive, which is really cool. But again, it's just something to do on the side. Now they made it important for Madden Heroes, to complete those 40 events or 40 matches, I should say, to get that achievement. But now it's just kind of, just there. Like, I need something like actually game changing. And I know, like, obviously it's too late for me to point out that EA said they'd have like a training mode and, all that stuff in the past. Like, the yard was coming to Madden Mobile 22, like all that stuff. Like, obviously it's way too late for me to mention that. So I'm not even going to, but I'm telling you guys, based on what we know, I would not get too excited or anything like that. Like, it's cool that they're telling us there's going to be changes and stuff like that, because that's all we want. Like, I want a new, fresh game, and hopefully, a lot of stuff doesn't carry over, so it is kind of a fresh start. But that is pretty much going to be it. Let me know what you guys think and what changes you guys want, and that is pretty much going to be it for this video. So